1, 2, check the mic, check the mic. What was that, Joe Dirt? Speak into the mic. Little panoramic view of the Brap spot at a undisclosed location out in sunny Corona, California. What up, Nitro Nation, Muggy Maniac? Where the hell have you been? Well, you guys know, I already told you. One video per week, one a week, that's it. I'm too busy. Got a lot of stuff going on, 8th scale Nitro and 5th scale. Brand new 5th scale is coming. Probably less than a week away from pulling the trigger on a brand new 8th scale Nitro buggy. I think I'm going to get another buggy first, and then we're going to look for a truggy. It's kind of hard because I have an MBX7 Mugen truggy that's got every upgrade imaginable, fully modified in all aspects. I've got an NT 48.3 that even if you put this in a racing standpoint, yes, the new Tekno truggy is better suited, but in a bashing standpoint, this is it. There's nothing. And since I'm not going to be doing a lot of racing, I might get back on the track a couple more times, Revelations. I've had a few invites of friends of mine. Matter of fact, that reminds me, you know, people like to talk a lot of trash, and it's mostly the people that are jealous because I get views. I might not have, I think I finally hit 800. You know, shout out to all those that made that possible. It's not a big deal to me. It's still 200 away from 1,000. And again, I really don't, you know, get caught up in, you know, all the YouTube stuff. But like I said, I will always mention, if you have 1,000 to 2,000 subscribers and you're not getting at least bare minimum 50% view average, which means, let me do the math for you, those of you that aren't good at math. If you got 1,000 subscribers and you're not getting at least 500 views, and I get 400 to 500 views every single one of my videos. I could say that. Go look at them. Don't take my word. Go look at my videos. Okay? 400 to 500 on average. Okay? And I don't even have 1,000 subscribers, so I get over 50%. Okay? And if you have 1,500, that means you should be getting around 750. If you've got around 2,000 subscribers and you're not getting at least 800 views, you need to take a look at what you're doing. Obviously, what you're doing is irrelevant because nobody's watching you. You can have 100 thumbs up every video. You could have all the subs, okay? But if you're not getting the views, even you know, shout out to this guy. And I know we don't see eye to eye, especially because his beliefs are different than mine in 5th scale. I come from a motocross background too. I didn't race professionally, but I rode him for many years. And I know he did too. But he is a brother. He is definitely a spiritual brother in, you know, in Christ. You know, shout out to Eastside RC. He even said it. Listen, if you're not getting views and you're trying to make something off of YouTube, you ain't getting nothing. Because YouTube cares about nothing but how long they watch your videos and how many views you get. So forget all the thumbs up, forget all the subscribers, however many you have. Yes, they are important, but if you're not getting views, you need to change something. You know, start doing something different. I don't know. But anyway, I don't have an issue with that. And like I said, it really doesn't matter that much to me. I do this because I don't need to make a living doing YouTube. I don't need people to donate nothing. I have so many people that have given me stuff. Not even to my channel. Okay, a lot of times they just give stuff just to give to me. To say, hey, thanks for helping out. You know, I run a side hobby where I help a lot of newbies. I probably helped about at least 50 newbies over the last year. Okay, and most of them have been garbage. Traxxas, HPIs, associated stuff that's old, outdated, but it's still Nitro, and they asked for my help, and I helped them. Yes, I do charge a fee. I don't work for free, but a lot of times they've hooked me up with stuff. You know, the two guys that donated the 2 last engines that I unboxed, both of those guys, one of them, his name is Miguel. The other guy's name is Robin. I believe it's Robin. And those two guys don't even, they're not even, you know, like, I don't know them really that well, but the fact that they wanted to hook me up with those engines, you know, were pretty cool, you know. And that's what this is about, helping people out. I've helped them out plenty of times. Now, whether they just did it to, you know, say, hey, thanks for helping me out. You know, one guy, you know, did say, you know, I helped, you know, keep his son out of trouble with one of his RCs that I worked on. That was the guy that gave me the Reds engine and the MIP tools. And then the other guy that gave me the Alpha engine. I think he did it because he did it for a lot of reasons, but he knows how much I hate Alphas. And I really don't, and I don't want to say I hate Alphas, but how much I really don't care for Alpha. Because it's made in Taiwan. I don't really care if, I'm not the Asian guy. That's why I steered away from the OSs. Even though they make badass engines. I'm an American first and a Mexican after that. I always will say that. And if you are a true American, you'd be supporting, you know, you wouldn't be supporting anything in China. Now, we know a lot of stuff is made in China, and for us to say, okay, well, we can't run anything in China, we wouldn't be running nothing. But there is alternatives. I stick to Italian engines. The only thing I have, as far as from what I've been told, the Zenoas are made. I looked it up, actually. Zenoas are made by Husqvarna. I don't know if you guys know that or not. Husqvarna makes Zenoa. Okay, Zenoa is made by Husqvarna, which has been making lawn chainsaws, lawnmowers, all kinds of arborists and landscaping equipment. And they used to make dirt bikes for a long time. I don't even know if Husqvarna makes dirt bikes anymore. I'm not sure. I've never ran them. But anyway, Zenoa is made in Japan. So I guess you could say that this engine, this OBR engine, it is a Zenoa based, is equivalent to an OS, a badass OS in the 5th scale realm. So, but anyway, we're going to rip some stuff today. Shout out to all the muggy maniacs, buggy maniacs, truggy maniacs. That's only, these people are already setting up, so I don't know how much I'm going to be able to run out over here. Hopefully this, if it becomes to where a lot of this stuff gets built up like this, I might have to run, I might just do a Nitro run today, and then tomorrow or the next day or after this video, I'm going to have to do the 5th scale another time. I want to fire up my 5th scale, but I will not fire my 5th scale up when there's too many people out here. I prefer not to, because it's just too big of a vehicle. This thing, yes, can hurt somebody. This thing can kill somebody. It's, you know, I don't take that suck lightly. I have kids, so, you know. But anyway, yeah, if your channel isn't pulling any views, if you're not getting a 50% average, you know, you suck. What can I say? I just call it how I see it. You suck. Your videos suck. Change what you're doing. Okay? Do something, you know what I mean? If the ingredients in the cake, if the cake isn't coming out tasting too well, obviously, then you need to check your ingredients. Change them. Okay? Anyway, we're going to rip the Tekno first. I haven't ran anything in about a week. So I'm trying to stay within a week. I used to run twice a week. I'm just too busy right now. Work's back in full time finally. I'm busy making that cheddar, because without the cheddar, you know, I can't do this. And I have other responsibilities too. You know, I have kids in college. My kids are almost done in college, but I do have 2 daughters in college. But we got a lot of plans in 5th scale still. One upgrade I will show you that I did recently is I added the MOD limit straps. Matt Olson designed limit straps. Highly recommended by Dan. He said if you're going to do any kind of jumping, whether it's a couple feet, 2 feet, or 100, whatever, if you're going to get this thing off the ground at all, he goes, I highly recommend limit straps. Your shocks will last longer. Your shock ends will last longer too. It's just less wear and tear on your shocks. Shocks take a lot of stress. Okay? And I also noticed too, when I looked underneath the whip, where the droop screws are, there was notches starting to get worn into, because this, unlike, I wish they made a chassis like the NT48.3. That MTC chassis, that's the cool thing about it. One of the features that I like is, you know, it has the little ball bearings where the droop screws are. So it rolls off of those instead of wearing grooves into the chassis. So Dan told me that that'll help on this too. They are a little bit of a challenge to set up, but I got them set up. It took me a minute, so they're on there, and we'll see how they fare. You know, once I start getting a little bit of air on this thing, and also too, when you tumble and you crash, your shocks get pulled around a lot. These limit straps will help that also. So those are the reasons that I got it. They look really cool. I mean, these are how real racing, off-road racing, they use limit straps. Most of you that know anything about that would know. So other than that, I have one new upgrade that I have already received, but I haven't opened it or unboxed it. We're going to do an unboxing in the next week or so of a lot of stuff. I've got 2 engines to unbox, 2 brand new engines. I've never had them before, so these are my first of these 2. So obviously we're going to be breaking them in. Although I thought about sending these 2 engines and the 28.8, and I might, there's another engine I'm looking at getting. I might send a few engines over to Adam Drake and have him motor bath since he's local. And then once I get him back, idle a few tanks like he recommends, run them, rip them, and then shut them down, box them up, and send them off to Lance at RCR Renew and have him do his magic on them, because, you know, stock doesn't do much for me anymore. So it's all about modified for me. Oh, I was thinking too, one quick mention before I pause this, finish heating this engine up and ripping it. By the way, we are running the baddest 28.8, or the baddest, let's just say the baddest bashing nitro engine ever made in the history of nitro engines. 28.8 Rex Legend RCR modified. Okay, if you don't have a modified 28.8 Rex Legend, okay, whether it's by whoever, if you don't have a modified 28.8 Rex Legend in your possession, you have no idea. You are missing the whole point of the ultimate bashing engine. That engine, yes, I have the 32, yes, modified, yes, I have a Pico 28 modified, but the 28.8 Rex Legend, without a shadow of a doubt, and not many will argue with this, if they do, they don't know what the hell they're talking about, is the baddest bashing nitro engine ever made in the history of nitro engines. I ran a lot of 21s, and I've got more 21s coming, but you know what? 21s, even modified, don't do a lot for me. I need 28s and 32s, and even if I only have 3 different ones, which I got the 28.8 Rex Legend, I've got a few of them, LRP 32, Pico P328, I am still on the hunt for a brand new, in the box, .28 Pico boost. Okay, that will be the last on my bucket list as far as big engines. But where else should you not have the baddest nitro bashing engine ever in the history of bashing engines? Well, in the baddest bashing vehicle ever. NT 48.3, full modified MTC chassis, MTC front and rear MTC chassis braces, titanium, aluminum, carbon fiber, aluminum drive shafts, the whole 9 yards. This is the baddest truggy I own, and the baddest nitro bashing engine I own. Best, baddest bash setup ever. Okay. Little change of angles here. This is, they're not playing soccer up here, but it looks like, if you guys can see down there, there's some kind of little kids soccer game going on, so that just happened real quick, so I kind of want to keep it away from there. Probably won't get as much air compared to over there, but safety first. Man, this RCR 2088 Rex Legend, modified by Lance, is a badass. She is screaming. And we're running her nice and rich, which I always do in my modifieds. Take it way down here, and then we'll just pin this baby. Uh-oh. Alright people, well, as you probably noticed, way on the other side, well, on the other side over there, kids playing soccer. That's why I was trying to stay over on this side. Yeah, definitely not going to run any fifth scale on this video, so you guys might have to wait another week. Well, I'm going to run tomorrow, but I probably won't upload it right away. Or I might connect it to this video. Depends how long this video is. If this video ends up being a good 30-35 minutes, if I can keep it around there, then I'll upload another 30 minutes of just straight fifth scale ripping. I'm going to have to come out tomorrow right after work. I waited a little too long today. Obviously because, you know, there's soccer set up, but if I come tomorrow right when I get off, if I get off early, I shouldn't have this problem. There's also people up here training dogs and all kinds of stuff too. So anyway, that's a little bit of nitro running. Enough. Like I said, it's definitely not going to run no fifth scale with people in the park. And it's getting later now, so other people are going to start showing up. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got. One thing I did want to mention, because I had a lot of people that ask me questions, and I get this all the time about, you know, you can get a Reds SV. Like, to me, the top 5.21s that I've seen for racing, high-end engines, are obviously the Ronda and Adam Drake. The B2, I think it's called JTP, which is a Gerativo maximum engine. That's about $600. They're all around $600. The SV Reds, I have to say the SV Reds, the maximum B2, and the Ronda and Adam Drake engine. Now, being as those are the baddest .21s, factory modded, all of that mumbo jumbo, remember, because I had this argument plenty of times, and let me just tell you, if you know anything about engines, anything about modifications, which not so many people do, when that engine is modified from the factory, it is modified for smooth, linear, trackable, fuel economical power. So they're only pushing that engine to the max to where it still gets good fuel economy. Obviously for racing, you want good fuel mileage. Very smooth. You know, obviously when you're coming out of turns and you're racing, there are certain parts of the track that you want smooth, linear power, trackable power. You don't want anything abrupt. You want anything erratic. You don't want anything too much. Okay? Or you're going to be all over the place. So, being that said, when you get an engine modified, it's completely the opposite. That's why the engines that I mentioned, I'm going to be picking up a few of them. Eventually, all of them that I just mentioned. Those to me are the top 5. Is it 5? Adam Drake, Rhonda Drake, Maximum, B2, Reds SV, and I want to say Pico, but they're not really factored in. I'm just going by, you know, what's mostly raced, because I am race inspired. Doesn't mean you have to race to be race inspired. Just means that you are someone that likes to take race inspired stuff, because you can take a thoroughbred, and obviously it's bred like this platform and that platform there, my 5th scale 5B, bred to race and to win races. Okay, it's not bred, actually it's not even bred or made or designed to bash. They didn't have this in mind to bash. This thing was made to race. Okay, same with the Tekno Truggy and most, you know, the top-notch race kits. But you can't take an RTR, you can't take something that's subpar and turn it into a thoroughbred. And there's an old saying, you know, thoroughbreds were designed to win races. Donkeys, donkey platforms, donkey engines, like the SHs and the cheapy Taiwans and so forth, were designed like a donkey to carry beans up the hill for Juan Valdez, coffee beans. So, being that said, it's the reason I chose race kits, because one, you don't have to do too many upgrades, even though you can go crazy, obviously. But out of the box, it's badass for racing or bashing, set up the right way anyway. So, like I said, all those badass .21s, it doesn't matter how factory modded it is. They're not modding it in the factory for ultimate power, ultimate to the, you know, torque and all that. Designed to race. Fuel economical, linear power, smooth power. When we're bashing, we're modifying engines. Lance at RCR is modifying. He can race mod if you want. But the engines that I have him do, and I know Woogie does too, we have them modified. Drag mods, modified. We don't care about fuel mileage. We don't care about smoothness. We want the opposite. I want crappy fuel mileage, which means it's sucking up tons of fuel because it's just a fuel hog, because it's just producing power, and it's, more importantly, putting all that power to the ground. I want abrupt, out of control, crazy, lunatic, insane, dangerous, radical power. If I wanted smooth power, if I wanted fuel mileage, then I would take a lot of my engines, I would have kept them stock. But that's not what bashing is. I mean, bashing is whatever you want, but most bashers, like me, Woogie, you know, I know Don Foss, you know, Nitro Mike, Gearhead Addict, just to mention a few. Those guys that I know, and the other ones, if names that I didn't mention your name, forgive me, but you know who you are. You like raw, uncontrollable, radical, just off the hook power to the ground. I want tires blowing up, coming off the vehicle. Okay, that ain't ever going to happen on this thing, because you can only put this side engine. Now, you can put bigger engines, but like you guys should know or don't know, you know, bigger engines with the pipe don't work in this platform, you know. So anyway, that's enough of my rant, and let's see how this video comes out. If we can get it not too long, I'll just tie in this thing running into it, but it ain't happening today. I haven't done a video in such a long time. Maybe we might just do this video straight, just nitro, which we did. We ripped the NT 48.3 Tekno, badass. You see me coming down this big old hill. I tumbled it a few times, and it's, man, this thing's a tank. Now, I don't know if there is any damage until I start tearing it down. I highly recommend that you go through your vehicles, whether you tear it all the way down like I do and other guys do. Go through your vehicle every time you run it. I hear guys running their vehicles 2 or 3 times. Then by the time they clean it, they find a problem that they could have avoided the problem by catching it the first time they ran it. Instead of continuing to run it and make the problem worse or cause more damage, cost you more money. Hey, if that's what you like to do and spend more money and waste more money when you don't have to, then by all means, go for it. It's not smart, but it is what it is. So anyway, I go over my stuff every time I run it thoroughly, whether I break it down all the way or not, just to make sure that there's no issues. So anyway, that's all I got. Badass radio. If you want a badass radio, okay, I highly recommend Fly Sky NB4 Noble, in my opinion, and others. For the $200 or $250 that you pay for it, it has way more features than a $800 7PX Futaba. Okay, this thing is just solid. Okay, I highly recommend. If you want to waste your money on a Futaba, go ahead. Spend your $1,000. You know, I can get 3 receivers. This radio comes already with a 4300 milliamp rechargeable battery and all the bells and whistles. Okay, solid wireless receivers. Never had an issue with it. More range than I could see for $300. 3 receivers, wireless, rechargeable battery comes with it, and all the other goodies. Doesn't come with a case. Okay, $300. I'd rather buy 2 or 3 of these than one 7PX. I was going to get a 7PX. I think I've mentioned this before. Elite talked me out of it. He said, don't waste your money. I bought one, and I'll never buy another one. They don't even have the Futaba 7PXs don't even have a gauge to tell you how much battery life left you have inside of your receiver. That's gay. Anyway, that's all I got. I'm going to have to go and drain my, well, I might just leave it and just balance it tomorrow. I'm bummed out, man. I should have got here a little bit earlier. I'm not going to be able to run this today. Like I said, I might tie it in with this video, I might not. You might just see this video and the ripping of this. Again, badasser, truggy, and bashing truggy and bashing big engine ever made. Nova OC288 Rex Legend, modified by RCR, shout out to Lance, badass engine, and NT 48.3 MTC chassis and all the goodies you can think of. Thing's badass. I love that truggy, man. Anyway, that's all I got. Catch you guys on the next one. No real shout outs that I want to give. You know, the only one that's really doing anything that I see is, you know, Woogie Nitro. You know, shout out to him. He is doing his thing. But I will tell you, like I said, the only true 100% without a shadow of a doubt YouTuber that does nitro and gas only is the Muggy Maniac. Don't get that twisted. I am the only guy that has never, is never, and will never, is that right? Has, is, was, is, or is going to. I don't even know if that's proper English grammar. Ever run electric on my channel. So if you want pure nitro bashing, there's still some racing to come up. I might get back on the track. Definitely going to get the 5B on the track coming up. Dan keeps egging me on. He keeps trying to talk me into it. He will be setting me up for it since he's won the races. But for now, I am the only 8 scale nitro basher, pure nitro, and 5th scale basher on YouTube. The only guy that does both of these purely. No electric, nothing else. If there's any others, I haven't seen them yet. So Anyway, enough of my ranting. I'm going to start cleaning this stuff up, pack it up, and get out of here. And I will catch you guys on the next one. All right. Peace.